Okay, so I just want to know who here likes poetry. I can't hear you. All right, who here likes drunken poetry? All right, I'm taking you guys on a journey, and it's called the crow story of the pumpkin named Joe. Bear with me. Perched on a wire, atop a tree's leaf rustling bough, was a grand black-feathered poet crow who caw, while reciting a poem to a snail down below, to a snail who'd hated poetry. Except because he was slow, the snail couldn't go. And being such a minuscule, wee, bitty, wriggly fellow, there was no sense in yelping. His voice was too low. So the snail then sought refuge in his gastropod shell that was blue and funky yellow, where lo and behold, the resounding crow's caw would echo and echo, hemorrhaging his tortured antennas with poetry. Oh! His grotesque and most detestable foe. Hear ye, echoed the caw, the now thespian crow. In a springtime ago, there once was a farmer named Mo, who tilled his land, planting row upon row with seeds he would sow. And among the fruits of his labor, sprouted and grew a pumpkin named Joe, that bloomed and grew and continued to grow, so much so that, while standing in her projected shadow, when the farmer came to harvest her, his jaw sagged down, and then he said, "Whoa!" Indeed, she ballooned to the size of a hippo. She was so ginormous that to move her it took 3 mules, straps and chains, a crane, and a backhoe. And Mo, the farmer, then had to build a custom-made trailer to make Joe, the big pumpkin, easier to tow. "I love you," he said with his cheek full of spitting tobacco. "We're going to hit the road now, and you, my darling ginger, are going to make me a whole lot of dough." Before her career would end in a plateau, being the biggest and plumpiest, Joe the big pumpkin won pumpkin fair show after pumpkin fair show, where toe to toe, shoulder to shoulder, and elbow to elbow, in her honor, hordes of admirers rocked their heads to and fro. Where on her pedestal, her big pumpkin pedestal, Joe was revered as an angel, a pumpkin angel, with a pumpkin angel halo. A procession would follow, whereafter, with confetti and marching bands, she'd be towed by a limo and paraded through town as a big pumpkin hero. "I'm so happy," she'd say, except her newfound success had turned her into a pumpkin braggadocio. "Every place I've been to, I've been presented with keys to cities that the honorable mayors would graciously bestow. Why, I'm so important. I've received garlands, medals, and bouquets, and a gold gilded bow. I love my life," she'd say with a palpable gusto. "Everyone loves me. Everywhere I go, I'm treated like royalty, like a genuine, bona fide pumpkin virtuoso." But little did she know of the impending fiasco, when one day, Joe the big pumpkin would later encounter a pumpkin named Coco, who dwarfed her in an irredeemable, catastrophic scenario that made Joe, by comparison, look like a teeny weeny escargot. And on that day of sadness and woe, with a now deflated ego, Joe, the not-so-big pumpkin, had lost everything, including her fans, her titles, and even the farmer named Mo, who, without even saying a simple goodbye, had auctioned her off to a wealthy man with a princely chapeau. "Hello," said the man. "My name is Hugo." He emptied her out and carved out a face that made her look like a spine-tingling psycho. And adding insult to injury, he then placed Joe by his front porch portico, where Joe, the not-so-big pumpkin, would sob and wallow, languishing in this prison of her own pumpkin-like inferno. I'm just a gimmick, a decoration, with a monstrous face and a candle to glow. But the light inside me and the face outside, it's faux. It isn't real, it isn't me. The world did this to me, even though I said no. I've been used up, gutted out, and now I'm hollow. I used to think that people loved me, but now I realize their feelings were shallow, with a false unhaloed love that Cupid had forged out of crooked and rusted, blunt-tipped arrow. I used to be celebrated. I used to be the big pumpkin Joe. And now I'm nothing more than a mere pumpkin schmo. In an instant, she'd gone from hero to zero, from happiness to sorrow, and up until the first days of snow, when she was discarded as trash and dumped by a meadow. Such was the tale of the pumpkin named Joe. Though the crow couldn't hear him, bravo! Raved the snail, bravo! I normally hate poetry and all that poetic mumbo-jumbo, but that poem really stands us out. Get it? Stands us! I'm inspired. I'm so inspired I'm erupting into a poetic volcano! Your poem had a great storyline and a great metered scheme and a great metered flow. I didn't know poems could be so cool, and now thanks to you, if anyone says they like poetry, ditto, I'll say ditto. Way, way up above the jubilant snail, the solemn black-feathered poet bowed his head like a poet pro, sulking all the while thinking, I wish I played the piano. No one understands me. Ka! No one appreciates my work. Ka! I don't know why I try. Ka! Because every time I speak my words in broglio, I offer 2D people a 3D perspective. And then they get vertigo. And as always, flying solo, he cawed and flapped his troubadour wings into the sky-colored indigo, with the setting sun, the moon, the stars, and a misty arching rainbow, towards that bohemian place, to where the winds blow and blow. Thank you.